It's a terrific course, very high speed obviously, but very flowing and technical, and I'm sure we're going to see some incredible racing today.
We're all set then. Wait for the lights to go out. It's Ian Hutchinson, Ryan Farquhar, Gary Johnson and Keith Moore on the front row. Oh, cracking start from Keith Moore. A fantastic start. We're on board with Ryan Farquhar. He gets sucked backwards somewhat. But a stunning start from Keith Moore. So too Ian Hutchinson who leads. But here comes Ryan Farquhar down the flying kilo for the first time. Little bits of water splashing around, but Jason, cracking start for Hutchinson and Farquhar on a track that is drying.
Yeah, drying very quickly now, and Ryan Farquhar had a great slipstream and managed to pull through into second right behind Ian Hutchinson on the Paget's Honda.
Well, here they come, and it is Hutchinson who leads and Farquhar in second place. And already those two breaking away. Down towards Deers Leap, Hutchinson and Farquhar. And what are we going to see from Ryan Farquhar here, Jason?
Yeah, Ryan's just going for the inside, still a bit damp and definitely under the trees at Cochranstown. It's going to be a bit slippy, I think, these first few laps.
Well, we're on board with Ryan Farquhar. You can see that it is still quite wet. Of course, all the riders, Superstock machines, are on treaded tyres, no slicks here. And here goes Ryan Farquhar. He's very slick, isn't he? Through goes Ryan Farquhar into the lead, past. Oh, now then, a red flag. So the race has been brought to a halt.
Ryan, a red flag, you were leading. Do you think that's a race result?
Well, I don't know what way, they'll do it. If it's like the Northwest, they will call it a result. But, either way, if they want to restart the race again, over a two-part race, I'm happy enough.
So the race will be run over two parts then. And it looks like an Ian Hutchinson versus Ryan Farquhar shootout. They were so far ahead of everyone else. Guy Martin was the nearest challenger back, but he's about 11 seconds down on time as away we go. A cracking start from Ryan Farquhar. Keith Moore, though, is going to get ahead. Bruce Anstey also as well is quick, but we've got to look for Ian Hutchinson and see where Ian Hutchinson is. But here they come down the flying kilo.
Yeah, obviously it's going to sort itself out, but Ryan Farquhar looks to have made the whole shot.
Well, Ryan Farquhar managed to get away. We're on board with Bruce Anstey on this occasion. And I don't think any of these riders will be thinking about, I've got this advantage or that advantage. It's just going to be racing to the flag, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You can see the start here, and Bruce Anstey, great getaway on the relentless by Taz Suzuki.
Well, we're riding with Ryan Farquhar, and the big number 7 behind is that of Ian Hutchinson, and Ian Hutchinson has got to get past Ryan Farquhar if he's going to win this race. And what's the flying kilo like?
Yeah, it's incredible. Obviously, really high speed, and here's another incredible section at the Deers Leap.
Well, here goes Farquhar, but he's under pressure already from Keith Moore. And we're on board with Ryan Farquhar. Through goes Keith Moore. Keith Moore takes over at the front. And Keith Moore and Ryan Farquhar, they've had some great battles on the roads in Northern Ireland already this year. And we could be on for another one. Keith Moore, though, knows that he's got to get away from Ryan Farquhar. He's got to make a break. And that's got to be Keith Moore's plan.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult here, such a high-speed circuit and a lot of slipstreaming, as you can see. Ryan Farquhar coming through again on the inside.
Yeah, Ryan Farquhar goes through, and it really is. We've seen the slipstreaming at the Northwest, and there's lots of slipstreaming here as well, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously a different type of track, very technical, corners here, really committed corners like the windmill, and Ryan very smoothly through that, but I'm sure somebody will probably draft by on the way up here.
The other thing to note as well is the track is practically dry now, as opposed to the first part of the race. And there's Ian Hutchinson attacking Connor Cummins. A little group of 3 riders there. Farquhar goes through. Keith Moore still there. So too Bruce Anstey. But it's still Ryan Farquhar who leads Keith Moore. And this is good for Ryan Farquhar. And Hutchinson's up into 4th position. We're looking back at 2nd place, Keith Moore. Oh, Farquhar, everyone's scrubbing the speed off, and Moore still 2nd. Oh, 3-4 bikes together, someone's gone down. And that is bike number 36.
Michael Pearson.
Yeah, Michael Pearson went down. But we're back with Ryan Farquhar. Hopefully we can get another look at what happened to Michael Pearson in a moment. But hey, look at Keith Moore. Again, slipstreaming Ryan Farquhar, Bruce Anstey there as well. And Ian Hutchinson now is really motoring.
And here we are at the hairpin, just see a few riders jostling for position, and Michael Pearson, I think, just bounced off somebody there as they went into the hairpin itself.
I think it was a case of 2 into 1 doesn't go. But certainly going through into 3rd place goes Ian Hutchinson on the Paget's Honda, up past Bruce Anstey. And after what you could say was a sluggish start to this part of the race. Ian Hutchinson, and he's already starting to reel in Keith Moore. This is stunning from Ian Hutchinson, and maybe after his exploits on the Superstock machine this year, we shouldn't be surprised.
No, not at all. I mean, Ian Hutchinson won the Superstock race at the TT, just seemed defending his position from Bruce Anstey there.
So, Farquhar in control, or is he? Because here goes Ian Hutchinson up alongside him. The great thing about the Dundrop circuit is there's lots of room for manoeuvre, and Ian Hutchinson doesn't go through this time, but maybe now as they ease off. Ryan Farquhar carrying lots of speed around the corners though, and it's still Farquhar, and boy, have we got a race, and what a race it is to start the day. Okay, it's in two parts, but who cares? This is fantastic fare. And here comes Hutchinson again. He's going to get the inside of Ryan Farquhar, is he? Here comes Hutchinson. Ian Hutchinson goes through. Ryan Farquhar slots back to second. Great move. Yeah, we saw Hutchie come out of the windmill really well and got a run on Ryan, but he worked at it hard and then got a good move on him into Tonograph. Well, Farquhar and Hutchinson were virtually together at the end of the first part of this race, and Hutchinson knows he has to stay ahead of Farquhar and put about 4 or 5 lengths between them. And the riders will be coming up towards their last lap now. Here they come. Over the line they go. It's Hutchinson from Farquhar, from Keith Moore. There is Bruce Anstey. And of course you can forget Bruce Anstey and Keith Moore in the nicest possible terms, of course, because it is Farquhar against Hutchinson, and Farquhar is going to get past Hutchinson, or at least cross the line together if he's going to win this one. The rest of the field come in. There's Gary Johnson on bike number 11. Hutchinson still being pursued by Farquhar. And Jason, I have to ask you, what are the options between now and the checkered flag?
Well, we've seen Ryan Farquhar already. He's very strong between islands on the approach to Bordeaux. We've seen him go up the inside of Ian Hutchinson twice, I think, so I'm likely to try that again.
Well, here comes Hutchinson. They're side by side. Farquhar, is he going to have to yield? He won't want to. We're on board with someone who's mastered Superstock, of course, the past Bruce Anstey, and he'll be disappointed.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Bruce, very, very strong in the Superstock class, number of TT wins.
Keith Moore sliding, and he's overshot slightly, a little bit too hard into the corner, but it's now or never time. We're back with Bruce Anstey, a much neater line from him, but then of course he's not carrying as much speed into the corner as the trio at the front were doing. Well, here they come, Hutchinson from Farquhar. And Farquhar needs to be closer to Hutchinson, surely, if he's going to take the win. It's going to be Hutchinson by the looks of it. He looks to be far enough ahead. We'll have to wait and see. So this is how it finishes then. Keith Moore back. He may have been close on the road, but he was 13 seconds behind. Ryan Farquhar, 0.3 of a second behind. Race winner, Ian Hutchinson.
Ian, congratulations. You won that by the narrowest of margins.
Yeah, it was close all the way through. I knew that I had to get 0.6 from the hairpin to here, so I was fully committed from the hairpin back here, and yeah, just to look back and see him a fair bit behind, mega.
Well, the next race of the day is for the Super Sport machines, and one man missing it